Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Vicaretti here, and today I have another story, and this is a story about Zach. And the book is called Zach Stands Up, and it's by William Mulchy. And this story is really a powerful story if you know a lot about friendship, and if you know anything about the word called named bullying and somebody that you may have seen or experienced or know somebody that might have been teased or been bullied in school or on the playground or at home. And this is a great story where Zach is sharing with you in the story on his experience of being somebody that is watching somebody get teased, and that person happens to be their friend. And he struggled with what to do and what was the right way. And this is a great story to share so you could hear how he handled a situation that was really challenging and the ways that he asked for help. So Zach Stands Up by William Mulchy. Zach was eating lunch with Jaden, a popular kid from his soccer team. Roxy was there too. Zach wanted Sonia to join them, but Roxy shook her head. "You can't sit with us," Roxy said. Sonia smiled, turned down. "Why not?" Jaden said, "It's reserved for people who don't smell." "I don't smell," Sonia said, "and I can sit wherever I want." Roxy waved a hand in front of her face. "No, not here, you can't. P.U." Zach didn't know what to do as he watched Sonia walk away. For the rest of his lunch, he sat in silence while Sonia ate alone. Zach was still upset in class that afternoon. He couldn't stop thinking about what Jaden and Roxy did to Sonia. He knew he should have stuck up for his friend, but he was too scared. Everyone was watching. Zach got so distracted that he couldn't keep his mind on schoolwork. When Miss Rosman asked him to point to the dorsal fins on the board, he didn't know what she was talking about. He was totally lost. After school, Zach sat on the bus, waiting to go home, when Sonia came down to the aisle. Roxy stuck her foot out, and Sonia tripped. Everyone laughed. Everyone except Zach. He scooted over to make room for Sonia on the seat, but she walked past him to the back. At home, Zach was so upset he threw his backpack down the hall. "Hey," his brother said. The sight of Alex playing sheriff made Zach smile in spite of his bad mood. "Sorry, Alex," Zach said. "I had a bad day." He told Alex what happened to Sonia. "The worst thing is, I didn't do anything to help her. I didn't know what to do." "You should have dumped milk on their heads," Alex said. Zach laughed, but he knew that wouldn't have solved anything. "I'd just get in trouble," he said. "It stinks to get picked on," Alex said. "These two kids used to steal my crackers at snack time, and they told everyone I was a crybaby. It made me so mad." What made them stop?" Zach asked. Alex thought for a minute. "It got better after Caleb came over and talked to me. I was kind of crying, and Caleb asked if I was okay." Zach said, "When we talked about bullying in class, Miss Rosman said it's important to speak up when you see bullying happen. Just speaking up can make it stop a lot of the time." "It felt good he was on my side," Alex said. "What happened next?" Zach asked. "We took off. Caleb and I went outside. I was glad to get out of there." "I would take off too," Zach said. "Who wants to hang around where kids are being mean?" "I know," Alex said. "I was still pretty mad. Caleb asked me what happened, and I told him how they had been picking on me. I felt a lot better after I talked about it." "Caleb sounds like a good friend," Zach said. "He's a good listener, just like Mom. My teacher, Miss Rosman, calls it active listening, when someone asks questions and lets you know they understand." Alex said Caleb said he should tell your teacher what happened. "I didn't want to tattle, but he told him anyways. Mr. Gosman said it was good that he did." Zach remembered Miss Rosman saying the same thing about reporting bullying. It's not tattling, it's keeping someone safe. The best part of it all is that Caleb and I are friends now, Alex said. Zach agreed. That was pretty cool. Zach looked on the toy badge on Alex's costume. I have an idea, he said. The boys ran to the kitchen where Zach grabbed a sheet of paper and a marker. He drew a star just like Alex's badge. The star had 5 points, Zach said. The top point is the title, Stand Up to Bullying. The other 4 points can show the 4 things that Caleb did to stand up for you. Zach wrote each of the things Caleb did next to a point on the star. Those things matched ideas that Zach had learned from Miss Rosman. Stand up to bullying. S stands for speak up. Talk to the person being bullied. T, take off. Get the person away from bullying. A, active listening. Let the person talk about what happened. And R, report. Tell an adult what happened. The first letters of the steps spell star, Alex said. The next morning, Zach put his stand-up to bullying drawing in his backpack. He hoped that Jaden and Roxy would forget about being mean to Sonia today. Then he wouldn't have to do anything. But if they hurt her again, he would be ready. He would think about the star. It happened after morning recess. After Sonia hung up her coat, Roxy pulled it off the hook and let it fall to the floor. She and Jaden laughed as Sonia picked it up and hung it again. Again, Roxy dropped it. That smelly thing belongs on the floor, Roxy said. Zach's heart began to thump hard. The other kids were watching. Roxy and Jaden were popular. Zach worried that everyone would take their sides, but he knew he had to do something. Let me get that, Zach said to Sonia. He picked up her coat and hung it on the hook. We better get to class. What do you care about her stupid coat, Jaden asked. It's my friend's coat, Zach said. I'm just helping her. That coat has stinky germs, Jaden said. That's why nobody likes Sonia Stinkalola. That's not true, Zach said. Sonia has been my best friend ever since preschool, and she doesn't stink. Another girl spoke up then. I like Sonia too, Charlene said. We go fishing down to the creek in the summer. Who cares, Roxy mumbled, but she didn't say anything else. Come on, let's take off, Zach said to Sonia. They stopped in the hallway on the way to class. Are you all right, Zach asked. Sonia took a deep breath. I'm better now, she said. I've tried to ignore those guys, but they kept on being mean to me. I told them to stop, but they didn't work either. I'm glad to know I have a friend who cares. After school, Zach and Sonia told Miss Rosman about what happened. Zach showed Sonia and Miss Rosman his Stand Up to Bullying star. That's very cool, Miss Rosman said. It can be really scary to stand up to bullying. It's important to remember that you could do something. Feels good to help someone, Zach said. But Miss Rosman, what is it? What happens now? Zach wondered. If Jaden and Roxy would be mean to Sonia again, or to him, he also wondered if Roxy and Jaden would be in trouble. Would any of them be friends again? I will talk to them, Miss Rosman said. The next day, Miss Rosman had Roxy and Jaden stand in front of lunch. She talked with them about bullying. Roxy, do you remember how you felt when those girls spread mean rumors about you earlier in the year? It felt terrible, Roxy said sadly. I remember that, Jaden said. You were really upset. How do you think Sonia felt when you let her out and picked on her? Miss Rosman asked. Also terrible, Roxy admitted. I never thought about that. We just thought it was funny, Jaden said. We didn't think about her feelings at all. Is there anything I could do to fix it? Roxy asked. You can let Sonia know you hurt her and you won't do it again, Miss Rosman suggested. Later at recess, Roxy went up to Sonia, looking friendly. Sonia was nervous. What if it was a trick and Roxy was going to say something mean? But Roxy said, Sonia, I'm really sorry I was mean to you. I know it must have really hurt. I promise I won't act that way anymore. Will you play soccer with us? Sonia thought about it. Roxy seemed like she really meant it. Okay, she said, let's play. When people don't say anything about bullying, they allow it to keep happening. When you need help stand up to bullying, you can use the Stand Up to Bullying star. Speak up by talking to people being bullied, and take off by helping them leave the area. Ask questions about how you feel and active listen to the answers. Report what happens to any adult as soon as you can. It's important to support people who are bullying by continuing to talk with them and include them in the future. It takes a lot of courage to stand up to bullying. Remember, your decision to do something makes all the difference. So, remember, if you are in a situation and you feel like you're being mean to somebody or you watch somebody else be mean to someone, you can make a difference by following these simple steps. Okay? If you want, you can go ahead and draw a star just like here on this page. And you can think about the 4 points of standing up for bullying. And not only is it for you to remember, but it's a great way to share it with your friends or your family members or your neighbors to assure that everybody's being kind to one another. And again, if you're feeling grouchy and maybe you're not feeling like you want to be nice, then it's okay to take a break and walk away and be alone for a little while to take some deep breaths. Okay? I hope you enjoy this story. I'll talk to you soon.